Hey guys, it's Dani and I'm coming back to you today with another video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my extraordinary finds that I have gotten over the past few weeks. So I have been thrifting quite a bit with my dad on my days off of work, and I'm going to show you guys everything that I have gotten. I have gotten vintage Christmas stuff, I have gotten Jadeite pieces, I have gotten Pyrex pieces, I've even got a Rae Dunn vintage piece that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So I'm going to show you guys everything that I've gotten. I also do have a new Etsy shop that I had opened. I will have the link down below for you guys, and some of these items are posted on there, so if you guys are interested you can check it out to see if it's something that you want to buy. So let's start with little things and I will work my way up to larger items. So the first few things I have found are little figurines. So they are these little, this is a salt and pepper shaker. They are from Japan. They are vintage little salt and pepper shakers. I do a lot of research on these items before I purchase them to make sure that I'm getting them for a good deal. So I do have these little salt and pepper shakers on my Etsy shop. They're from the 1960s and they look like they're all hand painted, the faces, and they both have the stoppers on them, which is really hard to find, I guess, with the stoppers. So they're like little harvest boy and girl. They're really cute. I think they would be perfect for Thanksgiving. So these are listed on my Etsy shop. The next piece that I got is actually for my own collection. It was, I think, 10 cents, and it is this little tin. It is a vintage tin of this little boy and girl, and I just thought it was so cute, and I just have it like sitting up on my cabinet in my kitchen on my Hoosier, and I think you can put like little like knickknacks or whatever in there, but I just thought it was so cute, and for 10 cents I couldn't pass it up. The next item I have is actually something that came in the original box. It is a street corner Santa Claus, and this is a candle holder. So this is the box that it came in, and this is just like a little candle holder. He's really cute, vintage looking Santa, really rosy cheeks, and he is listed on my Etsy shop. The next pieces that I found are Pyrex pieces. So the first one that I've got is this little butter dish. I believe this is like one of the, it says Pyrex on the bottom, but I believe that it is a Corningware like collaborative piece that works with the golden butterfly piece. So my mom actually gave me a square golden butterfly casserole dish, and I happened to find this at Goodwill for $1, so I picked it up because it's in perfect condition. It comes with a little plastic top, and I'm going to keep this so I have the matching piece. And then the next Pyrex piece I found is this $4.71 casserole dish in the orange square flowers. So Pre-Verde was orange, and it was only released the 1 year. I believe it was 1968 if I'm not mistaken. But this casserole dish is in excellent condition. There's like 2 flea bites on this side, but other than that there is nothing wrong with it. The lid is a little bit scratched up, but I mean that's to be expected, but there's no chips or cracks or anything like that. And I'm going to have this listed on my Etsy shop. I found this at Goodwill. I believe I got it for $6. So yeah, so this is going to be listed on my Etsy shop, as well as I have 3 butter print Pyrex pieces that are listed on my Etsy shop as well. And those are pieces that I have found over time. So the next pieces that I found are all Jadeite pieces, and most of them I have found at the same place. So I just recently found a new thrift shop antique store that is 10 minutes from my house, and she had tons of Jadeite pieces, and she is really negotiable on pricing, which is really nice. So I went there for the first time a few weeks ago now. I've been there a few more times. The first 2 pieces I found are these Jane Rae saucers. So normally they have 2 teacups, but she didn't have any teacups, but I have seen them at a few of the antique stores, but they were really scratched up, so I know I'll eventually find them, but right now I'm okay with just the little plates, and I can use them as appetizer plates. And they're just right now I'm not even using them. They're just sitting in my Hoosier waiting for the little teacups to add on. I also found these 3 Jane Rae berry bowls. So I love the Jane Rae. I do have the sugar and cream. I will post a picture right here of what it looks like. And that was my first piece of Jadeite that I got, was the sugar and cream set. And I got it on eBay for $20, which is pretty good deal since I think the set is going for $40 or more. I've done pretty well on finding things that are less than the going actual rate. You just gotta have to really look through everything and make sure that you're getting the best deal. So these 3 berry bowls, I also got from her shop, and they're in perfect condition. There's nothing wrong with them. There's barely any scratches to them. I mean, they were definitely used. Most of Jadeite was used. Like, these were their everyday dishes, and they're in such good condition. And this whole set of 5 pieces I got for $15, which most Jadeite pieces, 1 piece alone is going for $15 depending on what it is. Some go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So this whole set, I think if I was to resell it, I would be able to get $50 or more for it. The next piece I found was also from her shop, and this is a really exciting find because after doing lots of research, I got such a good deal on this piece, and they're really hard to come by. So I joined all these Facebook groups just to kind of get more information and share my collection and what I'm finding with other people that know what it is and also collect. So this piece is the Fire King butter dish. The other Jane Rae pieces are also Fire King. So this is the Fire King butter dish. This piece is in excellent condition. There is nothing wrong with it. There's no cracks. I guess the butter dish is really hard to find without any chips or anything, or it's just you can't find the lid, you can't find the bottom. But she had this whole set. She had it listed, I think, for $60, and she sold it to me for $40, which is so nice of her. And this is right now going online for about $100. And since they're so sparse, they're not really coming up, and it is getting more and more rare since they're not in intact condition. So I'm just so excited to have this piece in my collection. The next 2 pieces that I found are egg cups, and these little egg cups I found at an antique center. They had lots of Jadeite actually, but like some of it was not in good condition, some of it was way too overpriced. I got these 2 egg cups for $40, and these each are going for $40 online by themselves, so I got 2 for 1 basically. I don't know if I'm going to keep these or if I'm going to list one on my Etsy shop, or both. I haven't decided yet, but I may be listing these, so stay on the lookout for these egg cups. My next eBay find was this flour shaker. So this shaker, the writing is in perfect condition. The lid is dinged up, but not too horrible. Most of the lids of these are all dinged up. These were used. It is the Jeanette Beehive flour shaker. There's a lot of different ones. There's salt, pepper, flour, sugar, tea. There's all different ones. There's different sizes, different shapes, lots of Jadeite canisters and everything like that. But I came across this one for, it was total of $20, and that included shipping, and that is such a good deal. The only one I could find that was even for sale is like an $80 one, and it was not even in this good of condition. So I'm so happy to have found this for $20 total. I think it was like $15, and then shipping was like $5, and I can't believe that I found it. I'm so excited to add it to my collection. The last piece of Jadeite that I found is actually not any dish item, but this lamp. So I got this lamp at a antique store, which I had never gone to. I went with my dad. It was similar to an antique center where they had different vendors and they each had their own setup. The Jadeite is in such good condition. There's nothing wrong with it at all. And the brass center was painted like a Jadeite color, but it chipped, and I'm just leaving it as is because I think that it looks very vintage like that, and it does work. I have plugged it in with a light bulb. It does work. I just am trying to find the perfect shade that's going to fit this lamp and its style. The next pieces I have found are these 6 Anchor Hawking tumbler glasses. So these are pink and black roses with pretty like striping on the bottom in pastel pink and white. I think they would go so nicely with pink Pyrex, and I love these glasses and I really don't want to get rid of them, but I don't really have anything that's going to go with these, but they're in such excellent condition. There's no scratching, there's no chipping, there's no anything, so I'm going to have these listed on my Etsy shop. So this piece that I found at Goodwill, and it is a Rae Dunn vintage item. It is a first year release of the coffee canister. So this isn't the first edition coffee canister, but it was released in the same year as the first edition. So the first edition has a different shape to it, but this one still has that really thin writing, and it has the magenta exclusive stamp on the bottom. And I got this for $3.99 at Goodwill, and I was so excited. I was walking down the aisle, my dad picked it up and he goes, "Don't you have this?" And I said, "Not that one." And I stuck it in the cart, and I had him stocking the cart to make sure that nobody would take it out of there. So I was so obsessed when I saw this, and I'm so excited to replace my other coffee canister and use this one as my new coffee canister. I am now going to move on to Christmas items. So everything that I got here is Christmas items that are left. This first thing is actually something that I purchased on Etsy. I came across an Instagram site that had an Etsy shop attached to it, and she was listing these vintage stockings. They're like crocheted knit stockings. They're like farmhouse style. They're so pretty. They have like this scalloped knit on the sides with the little hanger for the stocking, and I got them in a set of 4. So I actually tried to ask her if she would split them up. Since it's only Steven and I, there's only 2 of us and we really didn't need 4 stockings, but since we have 2 dogs, I decided, okay, we'll just get the 4 since she wasn't willing to split them up. But she did give me a less price on them, which is such a good deal. I think I spent less than $10 on each stocking, which I'm pretty sure if you were to buy them new, depending on where you get them, less than $10 is a pretty good deal. And since these are homemade, home stitched, they're just so beautiful, and they just match our decor so well. I'm so excited to add these and have stockings this year for Christmas. The next piece that I found is this ceramic Mrs. Claus light up figure. So she is kind of like a ceramic tree, but she has like the little ceramic tree pieces in her wreath, and she is so beautiful. There's literally nothing wrong with her. There's a few like chips of the paint that came off, but other than that, she is so beautiful. I just don't have a place for her, but I thought that somebody would really like her, so I have her listed on my Etsy shop. The next piece that I have is an actual ceramic tree, and this is a vintage ceramic tree. This is what the light bulb looks like on the inside, and somebody did make this. It is a Holland mold. It has somebody's initials on the bottom. MM. But it is so beautiful, and it is like a little tiny one. It's so cute. I got it at the antiques shop that was like 10 minutes from my house. She gave me a great deal on it. These are going for a lot of money right now online, and I mean, you can go buy a new one at the store, but I feel like the vintage ones are just so much nicer and better quality. And the vintage one, I love anything vintage, so I just thought it would be perfect. But they're going for, this one I got for the same price as what a new one would be in the store, so I got a really good deal on it, and I can't wait to start decorating, which I actually already have, and put this out to be lit up at night. The next item that I got is this vintage tree skirt. So this is what it looks like. It is handmade, quilted, and it is so beautiful. I got it for $20 at a antique store, and when I was buying it, the owner actually said if his wife was there that day, she would have taken it because she collects vintage tree skirts. We don't have a tree skirt. We haven't had one in the 3 years that we've lived here. We've never had a tree skirt on our tree. So I was like, we need a tree skirt this year, and I happened to find this one. It is all hand stitched. It is so beautiful. The coloring is wonderful, and it's just such our style that I love it so much, and I'm so excited to use this year. So the last few pieces that I have gotten are all Santa Claus, basically, for the most part. So I went to a new thrift store with my dad yesterday, and we went to it was like a Italian museum thrift shop, and they're only open on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so it was nice that I was able to go. Yesterday we drove by and we saw just like a big open sign that was like thrift store open, and I was like, I didn't know there was a thrift store there. So we stopped in there, and as soon as I walked in, I knew it was going to be a great place. The first two things that I found were these Santa mugs. So I do have two other Santa winking mugs, and they are the whole Howard ones. I'm not sure which ones these are. These are definitely vintage. I just am not sure from when. They definitely are vintage. I don't see any markings on the bottom. But they're in really good shape. They're not cracked or crazed or anything. Maybe a little crazing, but there's really nothing wrong with them. They are vintage Santa mugs. The paint is chipping on some of them, but that is to be expected with these types of mugs because they were not glazed over, so the paint chips pretty easily. So these are my two new mugs, and I got them for 25 cents each, so you can't beat it. These are going for $20 or more online each, and that's crazy expensive, so I was just so excited to find these vintage mugs. This is another item that I actually already purchased online because I was like, oh, they're so cute, I really want one. I only paid like $9 for it, so it wasn't that bad. But then I walked into a store yesterday and I found these two knee huggers. So these ones still have their stickers intact actually, and they're so cute. They're the same one. I got them for $1 each. So they're like the original Elf on the Shelf. They do, like, their knees come undone. You can put their knees back in, and they can go on your tree ornament, or you can move them around, like do like Elf on the Shelf with them. So I got two of them. They're both in excellent condition. And this is what they look like. They're just so cute, and I do have another one that I have hanging on my Hoosier, and I'll post a picture so you guys can see what it looks like. And I'm going to add one of these guys on the other side, and I'm going to be listing the other one on my Etsy shop. I also found this little vintage Santa ornament. So I took the little wire off of the top. So he's a little vintage Santa, and I am going to be putting him, so I am going to be making a wreath and have old vintage ornaments go around it, and I'll post a few pictures of similar ones of what I'm trying to do. And I actually already started it today, so I have the tinsel wreath part. So I have like a foam wreath under here. I hot glued tinsel around this, and I'm going to do vintage ornaments all around it, and then add little Santa here to stand out with all of the ornaments. So I'm going to do pinks and blues and pretty like shabby chic type of colors, and add little Santa there, and have a Christmas wreath to put up every year. The next thing I found is this Santa blow mold. So he is in such good shape. These are really hard to come by. I've been looking for a blow mold. Every time I see one on Facebook Marketplace, I want to buy it, but it's always like 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet tall, depending upon what it is, and they're $70, $80. I got this guy for $3. He is an Empire 1968 Santa Claus mold. He is in such good shape. He does have a little like paint scuffing, but like other than that, he's in such good shape. His face is in good shape, and I'm so excited for $3. He's about 1 foot tall, or 13 inches, and he is so cute. I'm going to put him on my milk jug because that's the perfect spot, and there's an outlet right there. So I'm so excited to have him. I had been looking for a blow mold for months and months, and finally I found one. They do come up on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, but Craigslist, they're like always huge ones, and we don't have a yard, so I really don't have like a place to put it outside. I need like a small one that I can put inside. I would like a snowman one as well, but I was so excited to have this vintage Santa. So coming down to the last items here is this vintage Merry Christmas Santa tray. I got it for $1, and I thought it would be really cute just on the coffee table with like the remote in it or whatnot, or even hanging up somewhere, and it's just really cute. I thought it would be perfect for Christmas time. Last thing that I have purchased is my most exciting find yet, and you probably could have seen him in the background, but it is this vintage Santa doll, and he is just so cute. I am obsessed with him, and Steven thinks he is very scary looking, but I think he is so cute. He's definitely vintage. You can just tell. When she first sent me pictures of him, I was expecting him to only be like this big because the way that the picture was taken, he didn't look very big. But he is about 2 feet tall, and I am so excited to decorate with him and add him to my vintage Santa collection. And he is just so cute. Look at him. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!